What's up, bro? So today I just wanted to give some quick advice on guys who struggle to build muscle at the gym. So when I first started the gym, I was definitely a hard gainer, really struggled to make much progress, and it wasn't until I learned just a couple basic facts that I'm going to explain in this video that really helped me actually to build more muscle. So we'll just get straight into it. First things first, I've got a friend who, I'm still friends with him, and we were going to the gym regularly together, and he has always struggled to make gains. And the first things first that you just need to tick off, and I've always asked him, are you still going to the gym? Are you still going to the gym? And he says, yes, I'm going to the gym, but I'm struggling to make muscle. And then I always ask him, well, what have you eaten today? And every time without fail, he always makes out like, oh, I'm eating so much food. I'm eating and he'll explain like, oh, I had like a big bowl of pasta with all this chicken and I had like bread for, and then I asked him like, okay, like, can you explain a bit more in depth? And then when he actually goes into it, like in terms of like what he actually ate, it would be like a chicken breast with a bowl of pasta, like in some pasta or something. And then like a couple slices of toast. And then like, that's it, like breakfast and dinner. And like skipped lunch. And I'm like, okay, first of all, to build muscle, like at all, you absolutely have to be in what's called a calorie surplus. So in order to do this, you need to be eating more calories than you burn off in a day. So the easiest way that you can, because the first thing that comes up is like, well, how much calories am I burning in a day? So just go onto the internet, type in, I think what is it? Basal metabolic rate, BMR calculator, okay? And go into that, put your height, your sex, and your weight in there. And once you've put those three things in there, and then you also need to put your activity level in there. So that's like, do you play football? Do you go for a lot of walks? Do you do cardio? What kind of activity level do you have? Are you doing 10,000 steps a day? That sort of thing. And if you're like low activity level, then that's going to make it have a lower metabolic kind of output. And then if you have a higher, then it's going to go up, right? So you just put in your estimated activity levels, and based on those stats, it's going to throw out a number. And for me, it was literally like, I kid you not, because I go for walks every day, go to the gym every day, it was literally like 2,900, and I'm not like really that tall or anything. So that means that my body, on average every day, burns 2,900 calories. So in order for me to actually build muscle, I need to be in like a 200 or 300 calorie surplus, which is a good amount, like 300 calories. So I'd say to this friend of mine, I was like, listen, mate, go to this website, do this, and explain this to him, and was like, just make sure the food that you're eating 200 to 300 calories over your metabolic baseline, okay? And that means that your body is in a surplus. It means you're gonna gain a little bit of fat, like you are gonna gain a little bit of fat, but it also means your body's in a position to actually make muscle, because at the end of the day, you can train as hard as you want, right? But if your body doesn't have the physical like substrate to actually create something, right? It needs the material. How are you going to build muscle? You need like extra material left over after all your vital organs and muscles have used the calories that they need just to operate. You need extra material left over to actually build muscle, right? So that's the first thing, right? Don't worry about going to the gym more. Don't worry about training harder or anything like this and going more frequently if you're not building muscle. Just make sure you're eating enough food. So many guys just can't build muscle, and the main thing is just because they're not eating enough food. And you hear all these guys, you hear like Greg Doucette going about how you can turn the fat into muscle, right? Or like not convert the fat directly into muscle, but you know what I mean? Use the calories in your body. And yes, there's like truth to that, but it's going to be so much easier if you just literally go into a surplus, right? Because the fat that's on your body, if you're quite fat, you'll get rid of that through just doing cardio. As long as you're doing cardio, your body's going to burn through that. Just be in a surplus and make sure that you're eating plenty of protein and you're in a surplus, and you should be able to build muscle. That's the first thing. Okay, the second piece of advice that really helped me was gym frequency. So I used to go to the gym like every day, literally like 6 to 7 times a week. And now more recently, I've been going like 4 times a week, 3 or 4 times a week, right? And that's because I actually learned that going to the gym too frequently, if you're not like some huge jacked dude, where you might need to go a lot to actually build any muscle, but when you're just like at the start of your gym journey, you're just going to put way too much strain on your body, and you're not going to be able to recover. Because when you're first building muscle, I'd say recovery is going to be a bit more important, to be honest, to actually make sure you can build that muscle, because you're just starting out. So maybe just go like 3 or 4 times a week, and just do like a push-pull legs or something like that. And yeah, focus when you're actually in the gym on the intensity of the lifts and the quality quality of the actual sets rather than just like sheer volume. So I used to go like 6 times a week, but I used to kind of just like, you know, I'd go and do the reps and whatever, but never really push myself into that like uncomfortable zone. But because I was there like 6 times a week, I just thought, oh, I'm going to the gym a lot, you know, I'm moving the weight, whatever. So I thought I'd just grow muscle that way. But now that I'm going like a bit less frequently, but my sessions when I'm actually there, I am really, really trying hard, really pushing myself to the absolute limit, going to absolute failure every single set. Like literally like Sam Sulek style, right? Like from watching Sam Sulek, I've literally started training like that. So like every single rep, I'm just pushing to absolute failure. That seems to be working really well for me. I'll be very sore the next day, but because I have that time in between, you know, not going to the gym every single day, I can actually recover, and combine that with being in a calorie surplus. That has really helped me to actually put on a decent amount of size in the last couple of months. So yeah, that's my second tip, is actually go there with like intensity, right? Go to failure on every set. That means like doing half reps. This is something not a lot of people do. They'll say they're at failure when they pull the weight up all the way and they can't squeeze it and get it down like for the full rep, and then they're done. Do like half reps, right? This is like a row, by the way, like a you know, like the machine row or whatever, and you're pulling it like that. If you can't get it all the way, just do like half, and then when you can't even do half, do like a quarter, and that. So you do these partial reps towards the end, and that's just going to make sure that the muscle is under tension for longer. There's something called time under tension, and that is like how the muscle essentially is going to grow, right? The more tension it's under for a longer duration of time is going to cause more micro tears in the muscle, which is actually going to cause it to build better. And combine that, yeah, with being in the surplus, your body's actually going to be able to repair it and then build on it. And the last tip I'll give you is just to focus on the negative, right? This is something I didn't really do much of, but especially with like biceps and stuff and like pulling movements, or even like, yeah, you could do it on like a dumbbell bench press and stuff like that. Literally just when you're pushing the dumbbells up and you can't like get them up anymore, once you've done a rep and got them to the top, just go really slowly on the way down, get that big stretch at the end. And then you could, if you can't get it back up, just try and push them up and just get the stretch, right? Just go really slow on the way down and focus on that negative, because we'll fail first on the, the contraction, you know, the muscle contraction, pushing it forwards. That's where we're going to fail first, but then we can still get a few more like micro tears in the muscle by going slowly on the way down. So that's like the last tip I'll give you, is just focus on the negative of the movement. Like when you're bicep curling, you're up, and then you can hold it, and then you can go really slowly on the way down. You can do that on the last couple reps, right? You don't have to do it every single rep because you'll just be in the gym for ages, but you could do that on the last like 2 or 3 reps. Just really focus on slowing that weight down and really getting that good stretch. And that is, yeah, just the 3 bits of advice I give you if you are struggling to build muscle as a beginner. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching the video. I hope it was helpful in any way. Hope you got any value out of that. And yeah, just improve yourself by 1% every day and you will get there. See ya.